Well, hello. This is the first of my MetaPWR Adventure, MetaPWR Adventures videos. This is going to be day one, but I'm doing this as a before video. My MetaPWR from doTERRA is due to arrive today, hasn't arrived yet. And I'm wanting to do some daily videos as I trial the product, at least for the first 30 days. In my mind, I am committed to trialing the system at least October, November, December to give it a good 3-month go. Because I think, like a lot of nutritional things, we need to give our bodies a reasonable amount of time to adapt to a new system and to really see those, slightly longer term benefits or impacts. And I know for me with a thyroid that tends to be on the slow side, that I don't always get really quick results. So I'm willing to give it I think a 3-month period is a really good go. But first of all, what is MetaPWR? Well, MetaPWR is a brand new system. I'm calling it a system because there's 3 different components to it. It is all based around supporting metabolic health. So our metabolic health is kind of affects pretty much our whole bodies, right? So not just our metabolism, but our appetite, the way our cells are and age on that cellular basis. It impacts blood sugar and our body's ability to regulate blood sugar. And something I've learned recently is that blood sugar, every time your blood sugar spikes, it contributes to aging cells. So there's some anti-aging benefits, I suppose, in this system. But our metabolic health is also our impacts on our brain and our brain clarity and our ability to think and concentrate, our cardiovascular health, our heart health, our energy, our hair, those things like hair, nails, skin, our immunity, joints, metabolism, muscle performance and ability for muscles to recover after exercise, sleep, our body's ability to manage stress, and of course weight. So our metabolic health is pretty pervasive. I did a bit of a Google search yesterday just on what is metabolic health, and I encourage you to do that. But I think it's pretty safe to say that we want to have good metabolic health, and that good metabolic health is about having a healthy weight, a metabolism that can deal with the everyday, energy expenditure. Another feature that came out strongly in just a few articles I read yesterday generally about metabolic health is to do with blood sugar and blood sugar regulation. So so that's sort of our metabolic health. And so doTERRA have designed this new system all around supporting our metabolic health. When I actually get the products later today, I will do an unpacking and a separate video, and I'll explain as best I can, as I understand each of the 3 major components of the system. But this video really is a bit of a before, and to tell you some of the things that I would like to see change, and maybe I will over that 3-month period. So as you may or may not know, I do have an underactive thyroid. I've got Hashimoto's, and when you have an underactive thyroid, it actually impacts every cell of your body and your metabolism. So that's why I'm obviously this system is about generally supporting metabolic health. It's not about treating, curing, preventing any disease. I'm not using it to manage my thyroid health. I take thyroid medication, and if you follow me on my other spaces, you'll know that I'm very passionate about thyroid health management being an overall lifestyle approach, which is medication if you need it, plus diet, exercise, lifestyle, sleep, managing stress, reducing toxins, mindset. It's a whole body holistic approach. So I'm under no illusions that one system is, you know, it's certainly not being used to treat it. But I guess I just want to be clear as to what my metabolic situation is, and, you know, the things that make my situation unique to me. And we're going to have individual health needs and starting points and challenges and advantages. So I just want to lay out what I see as sort of, I guess, that's just something that's an important factor, and that is my thyroid health. And because thyroid does impact every cell in your body, it certainly impacts metabolism and energy and ATP production and mitochondria and a whole range of different things. Sorry, I don't know if you can probably hear all the birds outside my window, but yeah, they're a bit noisy. So now my thyroid health, I've been managing it pretty well for a long time now. It does go up and down. Oh, I just got a notification on my phone saying my MetaPWR has been delivered. I'm going to run down and get it in a minute. So yeah, my thyroid health is usually been pretty good. It's just lately been a little bit, went a little bit crazy over the last few months. I actually had some blood tests done on Monday, so I haven't got those results back yet, but I'll be curious to see how they are. And I think that will be a really good monitoring to see if there are any changes, measurable changes in blood tests, you know, in say another 6 weeks, which will be when I'm due for another thyroid blood test anyway, because that's when things go a little bit funny. I get tested about every 6 weeks. So what I'm hoping I'm going to see some improvements in my general metabolic health I made a little list. So I've had a lot of issues lately with muscles and joints, and I had a back spasm about 7 or 8 weeks ago. I'm still recovering from that. I've still got neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain. I'm not back into lifting weights like I was before. I am going to slowly get back into that. I do think that's really important, but I'm sort of just managing that, building up my muscle strength, not setting off any other issues. So I'm definitely going to be looking for any changes in my joints, muscles, ability to recover, obviously pain levels. Something I've noticed lately is that I do feel like I've got a bit of brain fog and like a brain clarity. I can go digging for words and not find them sometimes. So, you know, if there's any benefit into my brain clarity and brain fog, that would be amazing. I guess because my thyroid has been a little bit off lately, I haven't had as much energy as I had been having. I can take me a little while to wake up in the morning. My energy levels, I mean, I'd say once I'm up, I don't sort of have big highs and big lows throughout the day, but I definitely haven't had as much energy, particularly in the mornings lately. And I know that's a thyroid thing. So hopefully as my thyroid hormones get back into control, back into good levels, then that will improve as well. Sleep, actually my sleep is pretty good, but I have been using melatonin to help me get to sleep for a number of years. So I guess ultimately if I didn't need a sleep routine like that, then I don't know, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Sometimes I'll wake up, like I do have periods or nights here and there where I can lie awake for ages. Certainly if I have any alcohol, that really impacts my sleep. I mean, I'm just talking one glass. Just one glass can mean that I take a long time to fall asleep. So that sort of sensitivity to sleep, we'll see. When it comes to things like skin, nails, hair, I have pretty good, I have good skin. I have genetically good skin. My skin feels pretty good at the moment. My hair, I mean, I keep it short, so it's a little bit, but certainly I have a lot of hair and it's not falling out at the moment. Hasn't really fallen out for a long time. So my hair health is pretty good. My nails, I don't know if you can kind of see, I keep them pretty short. They do have, I don't know if you can see that, little ridges on them, and they get to not much longer than that and they split. So that's been like that for years and years and years, really probably forever, as long as I can remember. So that there's certainly room for improvement there in my nails. And the other thing it would be that I would be looking to see is, I think my body is very sensitive to stress, even low levels of stress. That's, I think, what has triggered my thyroid doing funny things in the last couple of months. Just low levels of stress, not major trauma, just low levels of constant stress. And I had seen a naturopath recently, and kind of my parasympathetic nervous system wasn't working really much. And so I feel better since having seen her. And but, you know, if my body just was generally calmer and able to deal with low levels of stress better, that would be amazing. I do tend to be someone that is always thinking, always planning, always doing. And whilst I've set a lot of boundaries for myself, and I don't think I'm overly busy in that busy sense, but my brain doesn't really stop thinking, planning, doing, wondering. One of the downsides of having your own business too is that there's always something to think about or do or plan or promote or, you know, that kind of thing. So if my body's stress response could just be calmer, that would be amazing. So they're the sorts of things, improvements, that if I could see improvements in would be amazing. So I think I'll leave that at this. Now I know that my MetaPWR is at my door. I'm going to run down and get it. I will do another video as I'm unpacking it and explaining each of the different parts of the system. But I would love you to follow along with my journey. I'm going to try to be as honest as I can be on a day-to-day basis. They won't all be long like this. They could be really short. But I want to really track what's happening, particularly over the first month. You're probably a bit sick of me if I do these more than every month. I will say that I have taken photos in, well, swimmers in a bra. I have weighed myself, which I almost never do. I'm not a big advocate for weighing myself, but I do want to see if there's any shifts in weight over a longer period of time. I'm certainly not going to be weighing myself every day. And I have taken body measurements because I do want to see if there are changes in all of those. And I think both taking photos, measurements and weight can really give a good overall assessment as things go along. Not all changes are shown in scales. So yeah, let's just see. Let the adventure begin.